This is a Jund Sacrifice deck, kind of built around Goblin Bombardment. But the key to making this deck work is to play good cards. Because every time before today, when I've tried to build around Goblin Bombardment, I've been playing like zombies, or I've been trying to do like Safi, Eric Scotter, Renegade Rallier combo. But today, we're playing good cards with Goblin Bombardment. We're playing with Seasoned Pyromancer, Grist, Collected Company, Wrenn and Six, Ragavan, Ignoble Hierarch. Bloodghast is so sick with Goblin Bombardment. Mayhem Devil is also, like, this card's been really, really impressive to me. I was kind of just, like, shocked how often my opponents just didn't play around it. Like, they had, like, Expedition Map or, like, Mishra's Bauble in play. They would just let this... Oh, no, hold on. I got my Goblin Bombardment Archstone match. They would just like let it resolve and then like sack and get pinged. But yeah, this is the secret tech of playing good cards. I spent a long time on this list yesterday. The list I started with was a little different. I was playing I think I was playing 23 lands and no Wrenn and Sixes, and ended up playing 2 instead. I was playing 3 Kroxas. I wasn't playing Fulminator Mages at first, but I do think that this is like the only good shell for Fulminator Mage, where you're playing Collected Company, Mana Accelerants, and Unearth. That's like really the only time you ever get to play this card. I think it is pretty good when you have all those things going for it. Squid Squad, 10 months, appreciate ya. Thank you, Save It, thank you. No, I don't think you would have main deck any Fulminators, although it is also cute that this does trigger Mayhem Devil. But I don't think you want a main deck Fulminator. Like, it's just, like, not great against a big chunk of matchups. It's just a sideboard card. Endurance also triggers Mayhem Devil, and you can sack Endurance with the Evoke trigger on the stack. Lots of cool stuff going on. You can sack Kroxa with the trigger on the stack, and let's keep this hand. I wasn't playing a basic Forest yesterday either. That was a bit of a last-minute addition. Here, I think I'm gonna get Overgrown Tomb. Oh, sorry, I have to get Red Source Ragavan. So I guess let's get Stomping Ground. But Overgrown Tomb into basic mounted is like usually pretty good mana. Do you think Fulminator isn't good in Living End? Maybe it's fine in Living End. Like, I mean, usually when I'm talking about like cards that are good or not good in decks, I'm not usually talking about like kind of weird corner cases like Living End. But I also don't even know that like that you would want to play it in Living End, to be honest. But that's usually not the kind of deck I'm talking about. Usually I'm talking about like decks that you're building, you know, and like nobody's like reinventing Living End right now. So I guess they did at the beginning of MH2. All right, things are going pretty well. Turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Grist. Can Unearth Grist. The idea behind Fulminator over Charmwall, you can hit it off Coco and Unearth it. And it does trigger Mayhem Devil. Oh, we hit a Grist off of the Grist. That's pretty lucky. Can't front. Things are started off pretty well. I guess Spike broke it, huh? And then we milled over a Seasoned Pyromancer, which we can unearth. Discard Kroxa Bloodghast. Discard Kroxa Bloodghast. No, I'm still on the coffee cup. I forgot to work on it this morning. We'll get off the coffee cup in some second. And in fact, because I'm using my only coffee cup as my microphone stand here, I've switched to canned coffee, and this stuff has so much caffeine. Esther bought these the other day. They have an insane amount of caffeine. It's like, hold on, I'll figure it out on my opponent's turn. Dude, this has been a crazy start. This has been an absolutely crazy start. This is turn 3. Yeah, 225 milligrams of caffeine in this one can, which is too much. Too much, I think. Do you think Spellsetter is so good? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Spike has a good draw on the first game with a good new brew. Spike broke it again, the son of a bitch. He did it. Best deck builder in Modern. Hell yeah. Bad draw in the first game of a new brew. Spike's old, out of touch. I still like the guy, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't make good decks anymore. Also, the treasure tokens also trigger Mayhem Devil, which is another small synergy you might not have noticed. So let's see, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we're going to dash Ragavan. Oh, 1, 2, 3, okay. Almost, I forgot about Grist ultimate for a second. Grist's ultimate is actually pretty good in this deck. You have a lot of creatures. I did kill some people yesterday with it. We only have 3 creatures in the yard at the moment. I mean, if my opponent verdicts next turn, I'm pretty sure they still die to the Grist. Maybe not. Okay, we won game 1 against Jeskai Control. I think I'm not sideboarding. I don't think I really care that much about Fulminator Mage in this matchup. I think my other threats are better. I could see maybe Mage being better than Mayhem Devil on the play, but I think I'm just going to resubmit. This is a good matchup, I think. Steve started it by saying it was too free for the bean. Hell yeah. I missed the Steve's challenge winning run yesterday. He's been on such a crazy tear lately. But thanks for representing the Bean Army. All right, keeping this. All right, leading on Monkey. I will want to play around Fire Ice, so I'm not going to play Hierarch on turn 2 for Exalted. Opponent has kept a 1-lander, though. Alright, if they go land Fire Ice, we're really not even doing that bad. Just push the advantage. Prince is currently on top of the leaderboard. But, I mean, Prince is on top of the leaderboard. It would matter if, like, the position didn't change the entire rest of the season, but it's going to change. I think we go Mayhem Devil this turn. Play Catacombs. We're also playing a high density of fetch lands because of Mayhem Devil. We also have Wrenn and Six and Bloodghast. We're playing 10 fetch lands, which, like, otherwise this deck probably wouldn't want quite that many. I still recommend blue-black thing. Oh no. I do think that deck's fine, yeah. Rest in Peace is hard for us to beat, although we can beat it. Yeah, I do like the deck. The last time I played it, I think I 4-1'd. It felt pretty strong. I played it like 1 league last week. Okay. I guess we Coco this turn. If we Seasoned Pyromancer, we lose our Goblin Bombardment. I feel like the Goblin Bombardment's pretty important here. So I think I'm gonna get Ragavan, Grist. If you want to play around Fire Ice, why not dash Ragavan and cast the Hierarch off the treasure? Because my hand is full of gas here, where I don't want to be sinking mana into Ragavan every single turn. My opponent missed a land drop, and so when I made my comment about playing around Fire Ice, that was before my opponent missed their second land drop. And at that point, like, they have to draw another land and already have Fire Ice in their hand to really get us. And when your opponent misses a land drop, I think you're supposed to put as much pressure in play as you can, which we did there. Smooch 6 months, appreciate ya. Rest in peace, concede. I can rent 2 right now. Do I have enough company hits? Yeah, I know that it says 22 creatures, but we have 26 because Grist counts as a creature for Coco. 26 is plenty. Yeah, is 26 not enough? I like Force of Dorks. Nice to pitch dead cards. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm kind of interested, yeah. Always let me forces. I might have to take you up on that, Curd Traders. Oh yeah, if we're Yori on deck, then we can up the hits. Voidwalker is really, really good against us. I should have fetched a response, though. Kind of a classic blunder. I guess I don't want to Seasoned Pyromancer this turn, since I'll have to discard like the 2 lands. If I just don't draw a land, it's so devastating. I guess the Wrenn feels off to me. I'd rather have 2 more creatures to make the Coco stronger. 26 is plenty of hits for Coco, and I feel like people. I mean, I don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little flustered. The Wrenn and Sixes are super good cards in Modern. They enable hitting your land drops really consistently. They give you like a flood of fetch lands for your Mayhem Devils. It's just like I like the deck needs to play. The deck can either play more lands or it can play Wrenn and Sixes. And I think the Wrenn and Sixes give the deck a higher power level. Donnie, 15 months, appreciate you. We need Grist to be able to kill this Voidwalker. It's like Wrenn and Six is a cracked card, and oh, we did find the Grist. So I guess we go Grist, Seasoned Pyromancer. I was playing against Murktide last night. Hey, Grist, Seasoned Pyromancer 2 turns in a row off Coco. Might do that again this game. Thanks again, Donnie. Bone Crusher Giant, maybe 4 Goblin Bombardments too many. We haven't drawn Goblin Bombardment. We drew it last game. You want 4 Goblin Bombardments. I spent a long time playing this deck yesterday, and it's just like you really want to draw the first Goblin Bombardment, and you have Seasoned Pyromancer to discard them. And Bone Crusher Giant also doesn't synergize with this deck. Like the Bone Crusher Giant is good in like the Prince version of these decks, which is like a way more fair version. Bone Crusher doesn't synergize with what we're doing here. Okay. I guess we play the Mountain because we hit Spyro. Another Grist, which I guess we'll take. Just plus. We have a lot of cards that can be milled over for value. Kroxa, Seasoned Pyromancer, Bloodghast. I'm actually gotta go blow my nose. Be right back. We just F6 on my opponent's turn. What are they thinking about blocking? I guess that makes sense because the Ragavan's not doing too much. Okay, so we get to go. I guess I probably just want to select the Hierarch, so we can go Ignoble Hierarch minus ping the Voidwalker, destroy Lurrus, sack the Verdant Catacombs, ping the Voidwalker again, Mayhem Devil control. We can get back Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, and Mayhem Devil triggers off Ragavan, which is pretty cool. Or the Ragavan treasures. It's definitely come up sometimes. Could a card that protects the graveyard ever be printed? Cards like that do exist. There's Corrupted Graftstone, Ground Seal. Leyline of Sanctity protects against like Nile Spellbomb. Zayzen, thank you for a Twitch Prime. Will Curse of Silence when you set see play? Enchantress might play it. I don't think it's going to see a lot of play, though. Although it's kind of good with Lurrus, actually. I guess I'll probably retire the finally a buff for Lurrus Dex joke. Wondering how am I celebrating the rights of workers across America? By working, I guess. Alright, kill Grist, return Luris. Pretty good. Pretty good. We do get to attack for 7, put my opponent down to 4. We've got a lot of good top decks. Okay. It's actually 3 extra damage because the treasure token again triggers the Mayhem Devil. So we put our opponent down to 2, and then we can... Okay, they concede, but I don't think that they were strictly dead. Trophy season ends September 15th. So this matchup, I've been bringing in the Fulminator Mages, and then I've been going down 1 Bloodghast, 1 Goblin Bombardment, 2 Mayhem Devils. Your boy in Fuzzy Slippers, 2 months, appreciate ya. But I think that I want to... I'm trying to figure out how many Force of Vigors we play, because I do think Force is better than Ancient Grudge, but I wonder if we are supposed to bring in 4. So we're going to have 12, 14... Probably we have enough green cards without... It's going to be kind of close. Alright, this hand's great. Yeah, but Curb Rose, if you're in the chat, I guess I would like to borrow 4, and then I might cut the 3rd Endurance. Josie, thank you for your 6 months. Appreciate you. I said Fulminator, but brought in Endurance. Okay, I meant Endurance. Sorry, we don't bring in Fulminator in this matchup. We do bring in Endurance. I misspoke. But with a very good start here. And Surveil Kroxa into the yard. Pretty good. So one thing I could do here, I think this is going to be the play, is cast Goblin Bombardment, and then next turn we can go Evoke Endurance, shuffle the graveyard, sack Endurance Ping, cast Kroxa Ping. And then, so I think if that's my plan, I'm just gonna get a basic mountain because I'm probably gonna want to be able to escape Kroxa on turn 4. J-Tap, thank you for your 3 months, appreciate you. So I did discard spell on the Endurance is kind of bad. I guess I would just pitch Endurance. Are there other ways to reanimate Fulminator without Unearth that I'm not seeing, or is it good enough without bringing back? I mean, you just have Unearth to bring it back, but you also have Collected Company to hit it, which is why we're choosing Fulminator Mage as our sideboard. Big mana hate. Would it not be better to do Kroxa first to shuffle both? No, because we also want to sack Kroxa to the Goblin Bombardment to kill the other DRC, right? Because if we Kroxa first, we can't sack it to the Bombardment. Feels really weird to like pitch Wrenn and Six in this like situation. Do you want me to wait until the end of the match for trade? You can do it whenever is good for you. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so I think we go. We want to shuffle both in. Oh, actually, I clicked the block button. Let me know if you're blocked. I don't. Oh, sorry. Okay, you're not blocked. Thank you. Catatonic Walrus, 8 months, appreciate you. Oh, and their old border, so sick. Didn't you take 1 damage for no reason by not using Endurance on their turn? No, you don't, because we don't get to shuffle in the channelers into their deck, and we give them something to play off Luris. This is better. Because then they can go Luris, replay Channeler, but this goes... This is so cool. This has been a really cool couple games. No ping on 2. What is everybody talking about? This line is so good. This line was super sick and like definitely the best line. Why is everybody nitpicking it? This is like definitely the best way to do this. What am I missing? Okay, Luris, no value. thanks to the line. Alright, big draw step. Grist is a fine draw for sure. Not quite lucky enough to hit Bloodghast. I'll play this because of Kroxa. I missed the deck. Can you sum up your thoughts? Goblin Bombardment is one of the best cards in Modern that's seeing no play. Whenever I've tried to build it in the past, I've honestly just not really been playing. I haven't, like... I couldn't find, like, really powerful cards that work together in a very cohesive shell, but I finally, I think, was able to get it together with the inspiration from Prince's version of this deck, the old Jun Coco deck. And the idea is that the card just plays really well with Grist, Bloodghast, and then like Mayhem Devil is a sick card. With Goblin Bombardment, we can really control the board. And then Mayhem Devil also synergizes with Kroxa, Ragavan. There's just like a lot of cool overlapping synergies. And all of your cards are like good high power level, which is obviously always something you want in decks like this. It's like, you know, Goblin Bombardment's a really powerful card. It's a really good card, and you don't need to play underpowered cards to make your good cards powerful, you know? This is something that is important to learn as a brewer, is that you don't need to play underpowered cards. And all my Goblin Bombardment decks were all they're all goblin decks because I love goblins. Or sorry, zombie deck. They're zombie decks because I love zombies. But I finally have gotten around to actually, I think, building a good version of a Goblin Bombardment deck. So let's leave a Land of the Yard for Wrenn. And then creatures for Grist. Is Ravenous Squirrel playable in the deck? I don't think so, no. That card's just like, you know, like a lot of other cards we're talking about. Hella underpowered. Just play the good cards. Conversion with Bobble, main deck Lurrus. I did briefly consider it, but main deck Lurrus is not a very strong card. You could try to build it that way. I think this is a lot better. Is Lily of Veil X2 good here? I mean, it's any 3-mana. Basically, every 3-mana card in your deck needs to be a hit off of Coco. And Liliana being a sack outlet is like just copium, so that you can play Liliana in your deck. It's like it's not a very good sack outlet. Oh, we hit Bloodghast. Good value. Good value as well. Is there room for 3-mana Chandra? Well, I'm going to have a very similar answer for 3-mana Chandra as I'll have for Liliana. You want your 3-mana cards to be hits off Coco. Grist is a hit off Coco. And 3-mana Chandra, like... No, I don't think it's very good here. Well, shout out to Graven Cairns, I guess. This Grist making... Yeah, usually I Coco on my turn because of Grist, but there are, of course, exceptions. Let's just have the Ignoble Hierarch live. It'll be fine. This is my favorite version. Which is my favorite version of Black-White Render, the Rack Pox? Probably the Rack deck. If you're just going to choose a Black-White deck I've been playing, probably the Rack. I don't know. I feel like it's fine. We're a Kroxa deck. We're a Bloodghast deck. And then the Hierarch lived. The Hierarch was always going to live, even. Another Colonnade deck. This is... Yeah, I think we're very good against Celestial Colonnade Go. As I hear a lot of decks in Modern are actually pretty good against Celestial Colonnade Go. Yeah, Ragavan's Treasures triggering Mayhem Devil has been pretty sick. That was definitely when I was putting the deck together. A synergy I was pretty excited for. Is Tracker just badly positioned? Yeah, Tracker is like a little too slow right now. And, like, you know, there are a lot of other options for 3-mana value cards, like Seasoned Pyromancer, Grist, in this deck that I think make you not want. Ooh. No Ephemerate? Just, okay, deal. And we got to tap the Hierarch for a very relevant mana. This is a deal. Okay, so I'm not sure what we play here, the Mayhem Devil or the Goblin Bombardment. Both are pretty bad against Teferi. This one uses our mana a bit more efficiently. And we've got a lot of mana, so I think I'll use this. Tracker's too slow when it's on turn 2. Did you note that Tracker is not always a card you cast on turn 2? What are we talking about? You'll like, even if you have a mana dork, you'll often Tracker on turn 3, so it doesn't just die for no value. But Tracker is often a turn 4 play. It's like, what are we talking about here? Alright, they do have the Teferi. So I think I just want to resolve Coco. I own 3 Grist. What card do you think of? I would really recommend buying the 4th Grist. I think the 4 Grist are really important to this deck. We could discard 2 Bloodghast to the Spyro here. Do I want... What other card do I want here, though? 3rd Bloodghast? Hell yeah. Just so good with the Bombardment. Have I played the Helios combo deck? Not in a long time, but I have played it. Why no Pink Tef? I want to ultimate my Wrenn and Six. Our deck doesn't care that much about Teferi. I'll probably like send a Bloodghast out of here. Maybe 2 Elementals. But I want to ultimate the Wrenn and Six and have infinite Cocos. I think that people tend to just like overvalue Teferi after it's minused. Like in this deck, it just isn't like very consequential. Or in this spot. Okay, so I'm gonna bait a counterspell with Mayhem Devil. Didn't get one. So I don't want to commit the Goblin Bombardment into all this open mana. But I will, I think, cast a Kroxa. Infinite Coco with only 26 hits. Yeah, okay, so people keep... Is this 26 hits thing a meme, or is 26 hits in a company deck actually low? Because I'm under the impression, like, 24 is the minimum. Or, like, you know, you could even be greedier with it if you have a high density of 3s, but... Is this a meme, or what's going on? Because people keep bringing it up. I mean, if my opponent has Verdict, I'm not that bothered. Just make him use it. It's a meme? Okay, cool. If you play Bombardment first, it's 2 extra damage. Well, I don't know if you heard me talk about my line, but I very specifically said I'm playing around counter spells by not playing the Bombardment. I don't know if anybody listened to anything I've said, but I very, very specifically clarified I was waiting on the Bombardment to play around counter spells. Just join, calm down. Shut up! I don't care. It's just I don't care that you just joined. If you're gonna I do not care. I just said it like 20 seconds, like right before you asked. I just said it. So I don't know how you join and have time to write that comment and say, "Oh, I just got here." It's whatever. It's not a big deal, but you know, if you ask a question about something I just got done saying, and I say I just talked about it, you know, maybe that's just fine for me to get a little annoyed, right? Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, honestly, this can has got way too much caffeine, but you know, it just is what it is. Yeah. No, we were pinging with the Goblin Bombardment there, so we could attack with the Bloodghasts. You know, 4 months, appreciate ya. Why are you mad that I just... Well, no, I'm mad that I literally said I'm waiting on the Goblin Bombardment to play around counterspells. It honestly, like, should have been even very clear that I'm playing around counterspells there. And then I just get done saying it, and someone says, Spike, you missed 2 damage by not playing the Bombardment. And I said, I just clarified, and they said, well, I just joined. And I don't even think it's possible to have joined, seen the board state, and typed that comment in the amount of time between me making my comment, right? I don't think that there was a window there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being an asshole. Okay, I'm almost definitely being an asshole here. But, you know, I hope that you can at least explain my frustration, right? Or understand my frustration. Yeah, and it tells me to calm down. Yeah, that's also, of course, the, you know, obnoxious thing, too. I would say Void Mirror. Very smart, very smart. Thank you, Vilek. Is 22 hits enough? It's 26 because of Grist. Okay, let's keep this. Just joined. Why no Archmage's Charm? Calm down. Yeah, I just joined. Brand new meme. It's got spawned. No rest in peace. Okay. It's fine. We beat rest in peace earlier. Our draw is a bit stronger though. 2 mana, 2/1. Let's go. Yeah, it was this content. It was. I was just kind of clarifying for, I don't know, my own sake. All right, let's go. Hierarch attack for 3 and probably play Bombardment. I have been keeping up with spoilers a little bit. I haven't really looked this morning, I guess. No, we're not playing Cat. You could type exclamation point to get the deck list. It's more so built around Goblin Bombardment, which I don't think is legal on Arena. Just join. Why no kill? Ideally, we can save this Bloodghast till it has haste. That's not that big a deal. Alright, so let's attack with Bloodghast first. And then I probably just want to hold up Coco. Yeah, I heard that the Steve said 2 free for the bean yesterday. I really wish that I had been watching. Atomic 10 months, appreciate you. This is Teferi. So if we can resolve Grist, Teferi or Grist can kill Planeswalkers. Oh, this was definitely not a game where we could probably afford to hit this bad off Coco. Whatever. So I guess, I mean, Wrenn and Six isn't like particularly good bait, I guess. But it does threaten a kill of Teferi. So I guess let's go attack Teferi first. And then I'm pretty happy if they have to counterspell Wrenn and Six on this board. They didn't have to. And then I don't think I'm committing anything else here since we're really cold to verdicts. Don't yell at me, boy. I guess we should have let them +1 with the Teferi, yeah. You're right. I basically only ever yell at people when they double down, you know? I might tease you a little bit about me having to repeat myself. It's really not all that serious, but when people double down, That's when I yell. Gotta get deck tech for a week. If you could post a link in chat. Alright, so Fairy down again. I think I'm leading on this. If they counter, we get to play Grist. Play Modern League Game 3. I play turn 1 Cavern, Human and Vile. My blue-red opponent goes turn 1 Island EE on 1. Concede. Thoughts? I would if my opponent ever did that, I would simply type "It's too free for the bean" in chat. Yeah, actually, so if you double down, I'll yell at you. But if you triple down, then at that point I'll actually commend you on sticking to your guns, and I will show up at your door with a crisp $100 bill. I think I like sacking the Hierarch for damage here. I'm gonna sing opera stuff soon. I sing it whenever someone redeems the channel points for it. So maybe I'll just cast a Mayhem Devil here. Because I don't really want my opponent to get to scry with the Castle Rantress. Okay. And then we can sack the Wooded Foothills for 1 damage. You gotta click sideboard at the bottom. Yeah, it's this site. Odin's Wrath is the name of this deck. And I see Glissa the Traitor as a 4 of. So let me reread this one. Oh, this has been errated to be Phyrexian too. Zombie Elf. Creature dies, return artifact to hand. Okay. So you have Shadow Spear, Cauldron, Bauble. I'm assuming you're also a Urza Saga deck. Okay, you're not. I would recommend being an Urza Saga deck. I feel like they've got a lot of synergy with the card. I gotta tell you, I don't really get the main deck big game hunters. I don't think Murktide's that popular. But you also have Grist and Bone Shards. I don't like the Vraska either, I think. Kind of would like maybe just cut all these cards for Urza Saga. Opponent reveals Rest in Peace 3 lands. We are 3-0, 6-0 on a Monday with a brand new brew, and I'm screaming at everybody in chat. Like, nothing could be better than this. There's really no way to make this stream better. The Screaming Complementary, can I pay for that? It's something that you have to really get under my skin somehow in order to get yelled at. It's very delicate dance because I don't do it often. By the way, do you legit think I heard you speak about line and completely ignore what I said? I don't know. It feels like it happens all the time. But here's also like just kind of general advice for, you know, to de-escalate maybe a bit. General advice: if you are gonna come right into a Twitch chat, and if you're tuning right in, which is what you must have, you're either listening on mute or you tuned in and immediately commented like as soon as you loaded the stream. And I'm telling you that this happens a lot. If it just is probably a good rule of thumb, if you're tuning in for the first time, to not criticize a line. You know, it just happens all the time that people come in, they tune in for the first time, and they criticize a line, and they don't really understand what's happening on the board. Maybe I should have just actually played the Gorge and discarded the Bloodghast for value. But yeah, if you're just tuning in for the first time, don't suggest different lines because you're almost always going to be wrong, you know, and it's almost always going to be obnoxious for me. So with peace and love, let's let that be the end of it. All right. Grist doesn't trigger Sentinel, right? Yeah, if you're muted, don't suggest lines either. You know, although I guess you can't hear me if you're muted. But it's just like these are like the worst comments on the entire. These are always the worst comments for me. The muted comments, the "I just joined, why no?" They're very rarely helpful. So I don't think my opponent has a hammer in their hands. We play Seasoned Pyromancer first here. Maybe I should have Grist minus with the Bloodghast first. Yeah, if you're gonna criticize how I play Magic, you have to make a TikTok about it. Oh, I really wanted that Goblin Bombardment. Have I played with Clothless lately? I have played with it kind of recently, yeah. Could maybe be a fine card in this deck somewhere. So we're pretty cold to my opponent ever finding Shadow Spear. I guess really just this turn, because we can kill whatever they put the hammer on with Grist. Coco does say Clothless, yeah. I mean, Clothless doesn't really synergize with this deck, you know? But you can maybe play it over some amount of endurances. Oh no! My opponent with 1,000,000 tutors for Shadow Spear found the Shadow Spear. And so they probably have to. Oh, they got another hammer? So they must just have the Shadow Spear already in hand, right? Miss Deck Tech? Okay, if you could put a link in chat, and Brit Brop has redeemed a hat. So we can maybe get the hat request, or I can just choose if you want. No, my opponent must have a Shadow Spear in hand, right? Opponent seems new. Maybe. I mean, yeah, they're talking with the Ornithopter. That implies that that's what they're trying to, where they're trying to put the hammer. Wait, has this already triggered this turn? I think it hasn't. I think I'm about to get. Okay, it has. Sorry. Santa hat? Yeah, I don't think I've got the Santa hat. It probably says dealer's choice. And then if you could just get the link for the deck tech I missed, repost it. I did miss it. Okay, we're actually kind of doing fine here. Kind of doing fine. Do I attack with this Bloodghast? I don't think my opponent's gonna block. And if they do block, it doesn't matter that much. So I gotta assume that they just didn't get the Shadow Spear. Or that they just don't have the Shadow Spear. I don't really know why they didn't get it. But obviously they didn't. Is there any chance we could kill our opponent here? It seems like really unlikely. Do I want... Also, am I going to want to cast this Wrenn and Six? I probably just want to discard it for a token. But we might as well... Oh, sorry. I was supposed to minus first. Sorry. I was supposed to minus first. Oh, I don't have triple red either. Okay. All kinds of mistakes. At least I've got plenty of lands to rebuy this Bloodghast now. I think Just Got Murktide is so good. Yeah, I think it's fine. I haven't played it in a couple days, but it's definitely not a deck I've really ever disliked. It feels like a deck that you'll be able to play for a long time. The biggest problem with Just Got Murktide is that other control decks have become more popular, and it's not usually very favored in the mirror matches. Okay, they got another hammer, which kills me. So on to game 2. Will not be a flawless victory this league. And then we're about to add a bunch of Force of Vigors to the sideboard, which do help this matchup a bunch, but they're not currently there. And Sanctifier is a problem for us, although it's, you know, maybe a beatable card. If we can get Mayhem Devil Bloodghast, we're going to be doing well. Do we not have enough fetchables to Wrenn plus Pyromancer? If we Wrenn, they get to draw a card. I guess we could have minus Grist first. But I feel like the extra token was better than Wrenn with the ability to, like, maybe cast something else after. We could bring in Chalice, actually. Yeah, Chalice is probably... We just probably cut the Ragavans, play Chalice. Yeah, I didn't see. Thank you, Bata. Yeah, I like this plan. The Unearths might also not be that good. They're probably a little slow. Maybe I'll play a... Kroxa 2 is bad when they're going to bring in all these... Maybe I'll play Fulminator Mages. 2 Fulminators. Yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah, I didn't really think about bringing in the Chalices, but they actually, like, I think, are something you want here. So Black-White Reanimator. Okay. So weird that... So I missed the Flagstone. So this is... Well, this is just the exact deck list I've been playing, right? Except with a Guy's Blessing over I'm not sure what. I don't think you need the Guy's Blessing. You just should prioritize resolving Chalice against Mill. The matchup's usually pretty easy if you can. But I would probably play Emrakul instead if you want an anti-Mill card. But I think that your Mill matchup is pretty good, at least post-board with the Chalices. Yeah, but this I'm trying to figure out what you cut for the Blessing, because this just looks like almost exactly the deck I had. Plus a Blessing for something. You just want my thoughts on Esper versus Black, White, and Smallpox. Okay, so my big thoughts are right now that the Black, White version, the Smallpox version, the Smallpox version is better than Esper, but Esper will be better once Faithful Mending is printed into Modern. Once Faithful Mending is printed into the format. Against Mill, you put Chalice on 1 so they can't surgical your graveyard cards. Bloodghast is pretty good with the Goblin Bombardments. I think I'm putting it back, though. Maybe I'll just put back the Fulminator, actually. Have I started brewing the Esper list? I'm waiting to see the full spoiler. That's usually what I do, right? I don't tend to like to try to have deck lists when we're still getting spoiler cards, because there absolutely just could be another card printed for Reanimator that would just change how I would build the deck. Okay, so I mean, it would be maybe a bit nice to get the Bombardment down first, but maybe I should have got Blood Crypt too, because now I can't cast Spyro. But taking less damage is relevant. Let's draw land. Yeah, this is not a deck for Kolaghan's Command. We're a Coco deck. Well, Phoenix with Mending. I'm going to try it too, but again, I do not start brewing when a new set is released until we have the entire card list. This is just how I like to do things. Fetch land's a really good draw. Yeah, it's coming out in like 10 days. I'll have lists together then. But again, do not like to make lists too early. Since this rest deck, Rick Sage isn't better than Force of Vigor. It could be. It could be. I mean, Force of Vigor is 0 mana, and it's not card disadvantage like the other forces. It's probably better than Ancient Grudge, though. We did lose game 1. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. Jeskai Breach with Mending? Probably not. Maybe. Like, Mending is not, like, a very good card selection spell unless you're discarding cards for value, which Breach can't do. So I guess I have to ping the Ingenious Smith. And then they'll go Paladin, move the hammer over to Sentinel. I'm assuming. Hopefully they just activate Saga. Can Rite of Harmony replace Coco and Owls? I'm going to try it out. I think it might be able to, yeah. I hope so. Okay. So I guess it seems like they thought they could save the Smith by activating, but it only triggers once. And now we've got a very good turn where we get to go... Oh, interesting. Dr. Blondie, 4 months. Appreciate you. So we can go Bloodghast, sack Bloodghast, kill Sentinel, Catacombs, return both Bloodghast, kill Midnight, ping the Construct. The Construct at that point will be a 3/3. I guess we also just have the Ancient Grudge up. I guess that's probably the play. Okay, so this is, I guess, Bloodghast control. We were wondering what kind of control deck this was. Might just kill the other constructs. Kind of like that because of the Springleaf Drum. I'm Tiki, 2 months. Appreciate ya. We had a good day today. Yeah, we beat 2 regular control decks today. Yeah, control is the new Maverick. That's an old meme. I'm glad to see that one in the chat. Well, good night, sweet Bloodghasts. Would 1 Dryad Arbor be overkill? I don't think you want the Dryad Arbor. Like, the green, tapping for just green is bad in your Kroxa deck in general. I don't think you're going to end up fetching for it all that often. I guess let's go Fulminator Mage their Saga. Hold up the Grudge. Could we have grudged the Relic with the Saga trigger to save our gas? No, they could just respond with the Relic. Because they had the Springleaf Drum. But that is something I don't think I've ever done, but maybe people don't know this enough. You can respond to Saga entering with something, and they don't get to tap the Saga for mana. Which is definitely... It's a bit corner case, but like you should be aware that that's something you can do. Okay. So I'm holding up the Grudge. Okay, so we'll just go Grist, hold up Grudge. Sequencing, question mark? What is the question on the sequencing here? You can stifle Saga triggers, that's true, yeah. Yeah, the first Saga trigger does go on the stack, of course, to be able to respond. Oh, they played 8 after Shadow Spear, I see. Shucks. I think I have to kill the Shadow Spear. Is this GG? No, we have Ancient Grudge. Oh, Grudge the Paladin. Grudge better than Force of Vigor would have been in this game, I think, by the way. Bug Namente, thank you for your 5-on-3 sub. Farming coins in order to order the Shark Hat, hell yeah. Why is Killing Spear more relevant than Hammer? Because we could just block their blockers besides the Inkmoth Nexus for indefinitely almost, and we have the Goblin Bombardment to kill Inkmoth Nexus. But like without the hammer, they just have no way to give trample. Now it's clear because they just don't have this. They have a second hammer, right? They should have attacked with Nexus. Well, if they attack with Nexus, then we kill it with Bombardment. So I don't know if that's true. So we kind of have a weird call here, where plussing with Grist is good if we hit another Grist, and then not plussing is good if we want to minus. I think I'll hedge for me wanting to minus. Why no? So we did trim on our hits. Yeah, so now I guess they need something to kill us. Oh, they have another Steel Shaper's Gifts. Okay, so when are they going to cast this hammer? I guess they'll go Equip. Equip will ping. They'll respond with hammer. Oh, they're attacking first? Okay, this is really good for us. Yeah, it's jump block control. Well, my opponent has punted pretty bad, I think. I'm gonna force the AL to sack the other Seasoned Pyromancer. It doesn't really matter when we kill this because they can just move the hammer around. Were we dead to equip hammer, cast hammer, second ping? Yeah, we were. We were dead. They didn't think about it long enough, I think. Hammer's a hard deck to play. Hammer's a really hard deck to play. I guess I'd rather just discard the Hierarch for a token. Yeah, they only play one Shadow Spear. It's a tutor target. They have a ton of ways to tutor it. And I think Hammer's position. I would still say Hammer is a good deck in Modern. Our opponent could have drawn the land off the Hammer, right? I also still like Grixis Dress Down Shadow. I think that the red-black mid-range with Voidwalker and Den of the Bugbear is a little bit better right now, but if Elementals becomes more popular, then I'll be back liking the Dress Down deck a lot more than I have been the last couple weeks. Maybe go plus Grist, minus Grist. Could get tokens and minus. I think we'll do that. It's also like, you also have to cut my opponent a little bit of slack, right? This is a big part of playing this deck, is that my opponents are not going to be experienced playing against Goblin Bombardment in Modern, right? Like, you do definitely gain percentage points by playing a rogue deck. Lurrus is going to bring back Spear. Yeah, but then, like, I think we'll have the board somewhat controlled. They're passing? What's my favorite card spoiled so far? The frog clone. The card's awesome. Goblin Bombardment control, baby. I guess I'll play another Bombardment. We could hold it for another Spyro. If they have a Prismatic Ending, this is nice. Yeah, Grist is really, really good. Fuck. You can just kill them. I don't think we can kill them next turn. With a Bitter Blossom in the board. I'm not of the opinion that Bitter Blossom is a playable card in Modern. But it is a bit more playable in this deck than it is in most decks. I'll agree with that. So the Ignoble Hierarch is actually a really nice draw because it gives us a green blocker. And then I'll play the second Grist. I think this is the new one. Okay. 6. We have 8 damage with the here, so a little short. Oh yeah, Shadow Spear gives trample. I mean, but that means they're attacking, and we can clap back for more damage than they can deal. No, we don't have a way to kill Sanctifier. But you can also just you can beat it. Compared to the red-black deck that just can't beat it. Like, our Mayhem Devil still work, Grist still works. Like this, it turns off Bloodghast, Kroxa, Seasoned Pyromancer flashback, which is just not the entire deck, you know. Joey, 6 months, appreciate you. Kind of surprised there. I guess they can't kill Grist. Oh right, I forgot that they. Let's do this. I forgot that they have the hammer. We go to 1 though. Wasn't there lethal? Set Grist and board. You can't set Grist to Bombardment. I mean, blocking here doesn't do anything as the trample. It's the same. I forget what we do, but we do about the 4th hammer. We're not dead. We can draw Ancient Grudge. Can draw Basic Mountain. Sad. Still good first showing for the deck. Put Moles to 5. But do you do 1 damage to the devil? Yeah, we were 3 damage short by my calculations. Right? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Should have E in the sideboard for Sanctifier? I don't think so, where it's like Sanctifier stops Bloodghast and Kroxa, and then like the Seasoned Pyromancer flashback, but the rest of the deck just still functions. And so like bringing in like a really inefficient card like Explosives for just Sanctifier doesn't seem like a good use of sideboard slots to me. That being said, I could be wrong, but like I think the idea of just bringing in Force of Vigors against Hammer Time is better anyways. And it's also like just definitely true that, you know, it's not always good to just try to beat everything. Love to see the basic forest on turn 2. Mayhem Devil actually triggers a lot against Tron. They have a lot of cards that trigger it. So I think we're playing Mayhem Devil this turn. Thank you, Paletos. Yeah, I'm really excited about this deck. I spent basically all day yesterday working on it. Oh yeah, all of this is kind of funny. Don't you prefer fetch for Overgrown Tomb, force for Bloodghast? Well, I think I'm really unlikely to play Bloodghast on turn 2 there, and I can still turn 2 Bloodghast off of Hierarch. I think I like the... this line. I think easy Zen. Legend rule not considered a sacrifice. Okay. That's what I was missing. Yeah. Does the legend rule trigger main deck wilt? Wow. Does the legend rule trigger Mayhem Devil? Even if it did, I think we're still 2 damage short. But that is because I was calculating as us being 3 short. So if the Mayhem, if it did trigger Mayhem Devil, then it's 1 short. So that is really cool. That is really cool. Maybe we could call a judge. Judge. Does this work? But very, very cool thought for sure. That's what I was missing. Wait, what's this? Gonna get? There's a good chance that they're just dead here. The legend rule puts 1 copy in the graveyard, does not sacrifice it. Okay, cool. Good to know. Sundering Titan. Probably gonna be a little too slow. Wait, does Sundering Titan sacrifice? Destroy. Any destroyers in the chat? That's gotta be lethal. That's just super lethal. Yeah, they're so dead. Winning game 1 is huge because we've got a bunch of Fulminator Mages on the board. Yeah, they're going to like -20 here. Probably not. Maybe not quite that much. -10. No, I don't think the deck wants Dryad Arbor. Like, this is a Kroxa deck. Right? Like, honestly, the 1 basic forest, I wasn't playing with it for most of yesterday. You know, this is a Kroxa Bloodghast deck. I think the card's just a little too bad. I think it'll be bad for you more often than it's good, I should maybe say. So this was my sideboard plan. Yes. 3 Grist and a Bombardment for 4 Fulminator. On the play, I probably should bring in some Grudges. No, Void Mirror is not good against Green Tron. It is good against E-Tron, though. You must have just joined for the first time today, Casca, but I just got done saying that I don't think Dryad Arbor is good in this list. I think it's going to be bad for you more often than good, but again, you must have just joined. Put a Moles to 5. If they Mold to 5, we lose. I guess we lose then. You're good, Casca. The just join meme has has recently been born. Where I got done talking about a line. I mean, honestly, that would have annoyed me a little bit more because, like, I was playing against a blue control deck with 5 untapped mana, and I didn't play Goblin Bombardment, and I said I wasn't playing it because of counter spells, and someone in chat was like, "Oh, you missed 2 damage because you could have played the Bombardment," and it's just like, I just got done saying it, and then I was like, I just got done saying I'm not playing until the mana deck. I just got here, calm down, and then of course. Whenever you tell somebody to calm down, they never calm down. And then I'm a very, toxic streamer and really, really unhealthy for the community as a whole. Just like not a good individual, and that really exacerbates things. I kind of just want to play a 3-drop here, right? I think I just want to play a Mayhem Devil. Get a lot of damage with the treasure token, the 3 attacking for 3, the Wooded Foothills. Do you ever consider a combo kill? I don't think you need to. Like you could deal tons of damage. Like I don't know like what combo like you would or you're really suggesting here, Like what combo would fit in this shell. Did I get my preview card yet? No. They told me I was too toxic. Could Coco be another card? Coco is really, really good in this deck. Although we only have 26 hits for it. Alright, so hopefully we can find a Fulminator Mage off the Coco. We even get to trigger Mayhem Devil if we do. Clock, what's up? Hell yeah, buddy, thanks. If I find Karn the Great Creator, I'd probably play that instead. No, Just Joined is still a relevant meme for now. Probably not for too much longer though. Is the toxic thing true or is it meme? Well, I mean everybody's got a little bit of toxicity in them, right? I guess you can watch for yourself and judge me and make a beaten TikTok if you do think I'm toxic. But it's really hard to stream full time and not be an asshole some percentage of the time. So, maybe I'm just pre-deflecting. Because I do think I was a bit too hard on that guy. But also, sometimes you gotta, I talk about this a lot where I think etiquette on the internet is still being figured out, And I think it's important to say, if you are just joining a Twitch stream, Magic Twitch stream at least, criticizing a line when you the person who this is all spawned from, they must have joined and within 5 seconds made their comments about how I should have played the Bombardment. And that's just almost never going to work out well for you if you're, double Fulminator. It's almost never going to work out well for you if you join and then immediately criticize the line. And it's obviously something that happens a lot. People just join and they nitpick the line and they're wrong about nitpicking it. And so if we could just try to improve that general etiquette across the community, it's going to be a good for us. But this is also insane. I should be talking about how cool this Coco is. We even get to trigger Mayhem Devil twice, which is not super necessary, but pretty nice, I'll say. 2 free for the bean. Yeah, Mayhem Devil triggers a lot in Modern. But I'm probably composing a message here, right? It's a nice deck. Well, a nice comment. I mean, Fulminator Mage is bad at Modern, but it is good when you're playing Coco on Earth, and I guess Mayhem Devil. Booty Flute, thanks for the subscription. Good username. Yeah, you type !deck, Nick picking nerds. Can we consider Chatterfang? I don't think Chatterfang's very good. We're not really making many tokens to trigger it, right? Just Grist? I guess Ragavan. Spyro. Okay. Maybe it's a bit better, but it's also kind of fragile. I'm not sure what you would cut to make room for it. Okay. Kavu, Pelt Collector. And then let's go run it back, this time with Force of Vigor. And, like, our one loss this league, in fact, we won every single other game besides the ones against Hammer Time. You know, it feels a bit bad because we would have had the Force of Vigors instead. No, not a trophy, but a 4-1. Really good showing for the deck. I really like this deck. I spent basically all of yesterday working on this list. No, don't cut a bombardment. I put a lot of thought into 3 versus 4.